For deep in darkness I have seen, even shadows can walk with me. Oh, trapped in the shadow of me. Oh, no escape, stay here with me. No heroes, no foes, only fear I see. But I walk the path and I'll lead you to me. And if you ask if I was ever free, I'll say the darkness stays a part of me. But I carry it without disguise. It makes me stronger, clears my mind. Oh, trapped in the shadow of me. Oh, no escapes.
1, 2, 1, 2. All good? Okay. That prompt was all good, eh? Yeah. I just wondered. That prompt's all good? Yeah. Prompt. It's all good. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to be joined with Harry very shortly, and we'll start the show. Thanks very much for everyone joining in. Once again, we're just checking to make sure everything's working correctly. Yeah, give us a thumbs up, a little comment just to say everything. You can hear us correctly, sound, that kind of thing. We always seem to check that sort of stuff because, of course, this is New Zealand internet, not some other country. So they always want to keep it, keep you always like on your toes. Is it going to work? Is it? But,
it makes it more exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If it was just like, like really easy, then anybody would do it. Yeah, there you go. So,
that's right.
So saying that, I'm Harry.
And I'm Richard. Let's get into it.
3, 2, 1, go! HR Drone Racing, HR Drone Racing, HR Drone Racing. Yeah. So thanks so much, and it is
3 o'clock.
Friday.
3 o'clock on a Friday. So thanks very much for joining in.
Wherever you are in the world, past, present, future, or in the
Past.
I was just thinking what and dodgeball if this was real life. There you go.
Okay, so this particular episode is all about the RC Eagle that we're going to be continuing on building. It is quite the saga, but we're going to beat it. We're going to beat that guy, and of course we're going to be diving into the episode of the week, which was of course the VTOL Dropship, which is the main episode, and of course it covered the body filling section. We did the rear section
assembly.
So yeah, we're going to be diving into that very shortly. So let's get into it.
And leave your comments, like, and share. That's what they say?
Yeah,
I think that's what they say.
And you also have to say thanks very much for everyone joining in and all the sponsors. Okay, all I's and T's are crossed. Let's get into the show.
Let's get into it. All T's and C's apart. Hey, and I see G's joined the stream. Thanks, brother. And it's 8 p.m. Thursday. And Carly, and can you please send me the winning lotto numbers? That's
1315556. Send them over now.
There you go.
Good luck.
Good luck. Does that work? I don't know. But
it might do.
Isn't that kind of like telekinesis? No, is that thing levitate? What is it? Is it psych? I can't remember. Is it telekinesis? Is the one that levitates? What's the one that can read minds? Is it the same thing? I don't know. Leave your comments below. But anyway, we have to thank you once again for tuning in. And I know CG's already been us, so a double thumbs up to you, my man. And
so this is the RC Eagle behind us
for the people. Yep.
He is over 2 meters in length, and as you can tell, we've got the wiring looms. That's what these dangling cables are. And what are we planning to do? I think we're planning to put some servos in.
Maybe connect up the control horns,
and ideally flip that. You can't have it like that. It's mine already.
It's mine. Oh, teletheropy? I'm not sure. There you go. It's mind reading. There you go. Well, if we can mind read, we'd know what that meant. There you go. So
I guess you can't, right?
No, I guess you can't. Anyway. Calm it down. That's okay. So that's the bird, and in a second we'll be looking at the big giant VTOL. I think maybe.
This guy.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little. No, that's right. Go this way.
Can you even fit it in there?
No. I just hover.
Oh, duck. But we'll move things out of the way to bring that in because it can't sit.
He's too big.
It's too giant. So we'll bring that in a second. And maybe on the stream, maybe we could look back because we did miss looking at the
prototype plane.
The prototype plane for last week. So yeah, people might have questions. We might be able to provide answers, but it's all going to go down on the stream. So there you go. And did we give much time for people
And
to
also
know?
the last stream. What was the last live stream? So the last live stream was interesting.
Yeah, sorry, it's been hard out.
Telepathy.
Telepathy.
Yeah,
Oh, that
yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I was
You're
trying
in
to
the
think of that.
future, so you know the lottery.
Yeah.
We don't. We
No,
don't.
no, it's something that we don't do. We don't gamble. No. It's
No,
not something
we
we
should
do.
gamble more.
No. Yeah, you mean like getting a lotto and those sorts of things?
Yeah, but I think it's a lottery, isn't it? I think it's lottery.
Yeah. Yeah, there's these little scratchies, you know, that people used to get. Oh, this might be a thing of the past now. What percentage is the eagle? It is 100%. 100% real. What would you say it is?
I think it's like 1%.
No, it's a lot higher than that. I'd say,
Team
what,
Phil.
95% done?
Oh, percentage down. Okay.
98%. 99?
It's 90%.
No, a bit more than 90% because it's just electronics and maybe color screen. So we'll say 95%.
You're going to attach the motor. Okay, we can run through it, right? You're going to attach the motor.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can't have it like that. Servos are going to be attached. You're going to attach the little canopy.
Yeah, mine.
You got to like bind the radio and all that kind of carry on.
Oh yeah.
Set up the transmitter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not actually sure what we're going to do in that
We
situation.
haven't decided yet.
Obviously, there's 3 servos for this one.
Oh yeah,
So
mine.
there's one here that controls the rear
Flaps. We'll go
elevator,
to that in a second.
and then there's 2 that sit on the wing left and right.
I'd say 95%. What would you say? What was your bet? Would
Yeah.
be like, I mean, because 95% is like, you know, it's
And
like
then- and
nearly there, but you could go like 95.67. You know, that's a bit more accurate. You know, because people don't
I
really
don't
believe
think
you.
people.
People don't really believe if you just say, you know, oh, that's.
Oh, you mean
90%
like a
done.
price or something? Like,
Yeah.
because they always go like,
99.
it's not like, say it's $100, they say it's 99.9.
Yeah,
It's $100.
yeah, 999. There you go. So
And what I was going to say was the episode last week was a live stream, which was kind of, well, it was pretty cool.
yes,
We had-
75%. Oh, what?
We're going down.
We're going down in numbers. We're like looking high.
Can we turn that maybe into an 80%? But more optimistic.
It was 76.
76, 75.5 maybe.
It's 75.5. Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
split the difference.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so it's very cool. On the
Jim
last,
call us, right?
yeah, he joined us on a live stream. That was cool, and something hopefully you guys enjoyed if you haven't seen that.
Yes, that's
one.
right. You can go back and check that out on our podcast series, and of
Oh, yes.
course in the live stream section under the playlist.
That was pretty cool. It was cool to hear
Get his
about.
thoughts on the RCE, not RCE, the wingsuit design.
Yeah, and I think his ideas were pretty cool. So yeah, there you go.
Okay,
Okay, so what do you want to look at? I guess we can jump over to the other screen, have a look at that one, and then jump back.
okay, so we're gonna have a quick look at the episode that actually got released.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, we have been.
We have been busy.
we got. There was a lot of sanding to do and preparation, so that's why the episode got delayed on the
yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, 2 days.
So you know,
Busy.
we were busy. So okay, we'll dive into a little bit of that.
Just for a second, and then we'll go and bring it out and so you can have a look.
In a second. Hang on a second.
That's it there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not that one. That's the wrong button. Hang on, I'll bring that mouse down.
And
But
what
yes.
do we think of the VTOL Dropship, guys? Oh, yes, there it is. Look at that.
Yeah, and what did you guys get up to? What about you? Another CG, what did you get up to this week? Hopefully it was a good one. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Hopefully you didn't work too hard. They say working hard, hardly working, that's what they say.
Yeah, or both.
Yeah.
Normally you can't do one without the other.
No, it's true.
Okay, yeah, so what would you like to add to this guy, huh? That we didn't really sort of cover in the main episode that, yeah, like you said, was
Mainly the seams when we were putting this one together. The filler did actually do quite a good job, which was the particular one that we chose. I was kind of impressed how it filled it in quite well. We have used other
body fillers and stuff.
body fillers in the past for different brands and things like that, but they did a terrible job and made it like really hideous. So that time around, so far what we've done is I was quite happy with the sanding.
Mountain biking. Oh, very cool.
Sweet.
Was it downhill mountain biking? People always like to go down the mountain. They don't like to go up.
Yeah, there's a place down in Rotorua. We went.
Crankworks.
Yes, they use it for the Red Bull Crankworks.
Competition.
Yeah, comps. Was it once a year? I'm not sure how many times a year, but yeah. And they use kind of like normally it's a luge part kind of thing, and then they also have
Gondolas.
a gondola that takes people up and down.
So that's what they use to take people up to do the mountain bike.
Yeah, so you jump on with your bike and then they take it up. Is it that kind of place that you were at, or is it the traditional one where you jump in and then you just pedal it back up? It's not like the ski slopes where you have those
Gondolas.
no gondolas, but they
T-bar.
also have like a T-bar that you put it on your arm. I don't know if they have that in like a flash mountain bike park. They might do.
It is possible. I don't think you'd put it under your arm though.
No, maybe hook it to the front of
the bike.
the handlebars.
Okay, so in this little clip, we're assembling the rear section because, of course, the last time you saw this guy on the last episode, we were installing the front half, right? So we ripped off all the hot glue and then just epoxy glued the whole lot together.
Yeah.
So lots of sanding, and then we had
Epoxy.
this interesting thing that we had to do with the rear section, which was the V-tail, and we just sort of do a bit of an overhaul on that one to get the steering back in order.
And we used, with these ones, we used dowling rods, but the dowling rods didn't fit. So we went in and...
we went back in and had to install stuff.
Yeah. What's that? So,
You guys sort that out?
yeah, sort of.
I think Gary's got...
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It'd be cool to get that dowling rod to work properly.
Yeah.
But it did take a while, but we did get there. Hang on, I just thought that.
Oh, yeah. Cool. So he's got a phone call. Anyway, we'll just carry on. And yeah, so that's where we're at with the dowling rods. And of course, we shrunk it down. We took off a couple of mils. And it seemed to do the trick. So we got the rotation and stuff. And it's freely moving now, so it's good. And then we're just attaching all the wings and all that stuff. But thanks very much, and thanks very much for joining in. What would we call that? We'd call that Dan. Is that how I should say your name? D. We could say D. Thanks very much for joining in, D. Answer your phone. Oh, no, turn it off. Nobody wants to be called. Yeah, okay, so Harry's answering. Anyway, yeah, so that was the deal there, and everything's going pretty well, and that's what, yep, and the episode, yeah, and then we started doing the sanding and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so thanks very much for joining in, yeah. So we're doing the sanding, getting all that body filler on the big guy, and yeah, we've still got a little bit of sanding and body filler to do for the next run, because it's like any body filler and stuff kind of thing. There's always a bit of blemishes and all that kind of stuff, but yeah. And yes, I'd say it probably does create its own gravity. We did work out the thrust to weight ratio on the previous episode. Can you remember what that was? I can't remember off the top of my head. Does anybody know? Leave a comment.
It was
quite a bit, I know that.
I can't be sure. It was from the last episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite a big one, and we'll bring it over.
Just in a second,
We'll just bring it out in a second. Well,
there we go.
in the two parts. But it is, there you go, there's a picture of Richard with it beside him. So from some angles it looks really big, and then from other angles it looks kind of small, but actually fairly large, I'd say.
Yeah, it's about 2 meters wide with the propellers on and stuff.
Oh, even
by 2 meters.
2
long.
meters wide, maybe. Yeah.
It's a bit 2 meters plus, I'd say.
2 meters plus something. No, we can measure that. We can probably measure that.
With the propellers?
No, but we can bring the propellers out. We can do that. Okay, so how about we go and have a look at that?
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Where's enough?
Nice.
Dan says, I'm currently printing a Talon Pro. Whoa, cool. And is it going to be heavy? How do you keep the weight down? Great question. Okay, so Richard?
The Talon Pro. I don't know if we've done that. We've done the micro Talon.
We can bring that out as well.
I can bring that out. Yeah, Muzzle. I'll go get it. I'll get it.
Yep. How do you keep the weight down? It depends on your settings on your printers, those sorts of things. Yeah.
It's always a challenge.
It is always a challenge. But also the funny thing is about all planes, you have to get the CG right at the end of it. So then you actually technically add, like, we always add, like with all planes, you add the lead back into the nose. It's just one of those weird things, really, isn't it? You lose weight the other way, but then you add it because you have to balance the CG. So yeah, I'll just go by if the one that the micro talent, like this one for instance, it has all the information on it, how to do it, and those sorts of things. That's the micro talent that I think we'll go and fly this one live on Livestream.
We'll give it a go, yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those ones where this particular model uses a lightweight PLA, but not all planes.
Lightweight filament, yeah.
Yeah, PLA filament. So yeah, just.
Where's the guy behind us?
Yep. Where's the guy behind us?
What's it? I'll take it over.
Oh, yeah. But you've probably seen this one. You know this one. What is the CG on that guy? Just under the spars. Thanks.
Yeah, it's always
phase mode. Yeah, for sure.
Mostly just on the front edge. It's pretty much always on the leading edge. Most aircraft.
Yeah, just behind, back a little bit. But yeah, on this guy, this particular manufacturer, they put the CG mount. It's written on it. But yeah, generally speaking, it'll be about there when it's all CG. Yeah, nice. And yeah. But to keep the weight down, you just use the settings. So some of our prints and designs usually use about what, like some of them 0% infill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of them do, but you also need you can't do that, say like on the fuselage or those sorts of things. No. Like this particular part here, like the nose, that's going to get like hit a lot more, like so on landing and those sorts of things. So you can't really compromise too much on that. But I wouldn't be going over what, 3% infill.
I wouldn't be going over 3, no.
Yeah.
But of course, there's certain areas that you need to, for example, around the motor housing, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
And then you'll be changing filaments. So in that last one, that little micro tail in there that had that was using lightweight filament.
I think the
whole thing. Yeah. Oh. Whereas this guy, he uses on the leading edge, he has a PLA Pro or PLA Plus, if you want to go there, if you want to call it that. And then it also has the lightweight filament for the second half.
Right, I'll just lift it up, see. Let's turn it around.
Oh yeah, okay. But of course, there's not just those materials. There's also PETG that we're talking about. So that would be a different infill. And then of course they've got for these parts here they're using TPU or a rubbery compound. It's called TPU 95, I think it is. Yeah, and that's a different filament infill again.
Have you ever thought about a 777 Boeing model? Oh yes. I haven't made one of those, but
it's certainly a possibility for sure. Yeah.
Commercial planes.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon? Should we grab the big guy out?
Yeah, sure.
Move this one out a little bit, and then they might want to see the dropship.
Oh yeah. So
which way do you want to go? This way?
I'll just show you the propeller for now.
Oh yeah.
Since I got that. So this is the propeller that we're going to be using for the bit close. This is the propeller that we're using for the quad tilt rotor. So there'll be 4 of these, and it's a unique tri-blade propeller system.
And what size propeller is this one?
28 inch is how much it is. 28 inch by 9.2.
What's this?
Whereas this guy, he is, what is he?
13?
It's a 10 by 4.
10. So if you put it up comparison wise,
give you an idea of scale. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll bring that one in, so you can see it.
This one? I'll bring this one.
All right.
Ooh. Is that gonna work? Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is just the front half of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy, he's a bit different in terms of filament. He's PLA Pro mostly. Yeah. And what would his percentage be? He's a bit different again. He's like 3%, I think.
Yeah.
Because he's just the outer shell, and he needed to be super strong because of the nature of the aircraft. And we weren't too worried about the weight because of course like another CG said, lots of thrust. Yeah.
Serious. Yeah. Serious. But then that comes with a different sort of thing. Like now you got heaps of thrust, so you don't want it swaying around.
And you wouldn't want it light because then it would be too heavy, and when you start the motors at the lowest value, it would just take off the ground, and then you have a problem.
It looks a bit heavy for Richard.
Yeah.
Well, that's only the first half of it. But I think the sanding, we've started that pretty good. There's a little bit of touch-up spots that we're
getting close as you guys can see, but it's looking good, isn't it? Bit more fill, a bit more sanding to do. But yeah, it's looking the part. What about your end, Harry?
Yeah.
Got a bit of...
I'll bring the tail. And so the tail we haven't. What we did with that one was we pretty much just. We epoxied the assembly, and then we put the filler on, but we haven't sanded it to show you a difference.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. So this one, the front half we did quite a lot of the sanding, but this guy we haven't even touched the sanding yet.
Whoa.
This other.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
but, I think the back half is heavier than the front at the moment.
Yeah. So at the moment we've got it in 2 sections, and then I think when it's ready to go, once the internal frame, we'll join it together. So yeah, so that's the back half. Yeah. But yeah, so all this here, that won't look like that. You know, you got to be sort of to get ahead. So all that sanded down, it'll be all nice and smooth in the final result. And then of course you're not going to leave it like that. Then it goes into the painting phase, and then yeah.
And the flaps are working now, so that's good.
Yeah, all the flaps are working. So they got once again, like the other one we were talking about, it's got a dowling rod through the middle of it, and same thing up here. There's V tails. Yep, they're all working. It's good.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty
Sure.
big. So
inside, completely hollow.
Good stuff.
Okay,
Okay.
that's that one.
So yeah, a bit more work to do on that guy, but it will be good when it's has that nice movie quality finish. And I think we're intending to do some weathering and stuff like that as well to make it look the part. Look like it's been flying a lot, right?
It might even be another CG's suggestion to make it look weird.
Yeah, okay. I'll put this one back here.
Put that propeller back so we, it looks like Harry's is slightly bigger than, Harry's a slightly bigger one. Yes. Hey, Robert, how you been? You been enjoying the stream? Thanks so much, man. That's what she said. Yes, there you go. That's a very classic joke these days, isn't it? Hey? You can never go wrong. You can use it for lots of things.
Yeah, you can. It's quite
quite
versatile.
Universal.
It's a versatile joke.
And what else did we was going to show?
Oh, did you want to look? Did you want to look at, because last week we missed the sort of deep dive into the last week's episode. Do you want to look at that as well?
Yep, unless there's another question that somebody wants. Yeah, we can bring it up. If,
you can quick look at it again.
Quick look at it for a second. Yeah, just bring it out.
Yeah.
Then we can say we've ticked that box as it were, and then.
So this is the previous week, right?
Yeah, last week. But yes, I think overall I'm quite happy with the progress. Quite a lot of sanding, many hours of sanding just to prep the surfaces for a bond, and then the surfaces themselves just to allow adhesion to the body filler for sure. My daughter is in the hospital. Wow,
so
okay,
good.
so the kid are on the way. Oh, congratulations. Well, we can't say it just yet, but fingers crossed. And cool, exciting, very cool.
There you go.
And this is the
Previous week
one that we worked on, which was the FPV Prototype Wing?
Yeah, with the
Wing. Prototype Wing? It's a wing. So I guess
wing.
yeah. Very exciting. And there's a big spot in the back of it. Oh, this one's fully assembled. So the last time they would have seen this was just kind of dummy fitted, dry fitted to see if it was going to fit.
Yeah.
And then this one was actually fully assembled, so that's good. And we wired and tested the motors on this one.
Yes, that's right. All 4 going.
Yeah.
So, but in the last episode, it was just, was it the left side? I think it was the left side, just this side going. And we managed to get all 4 going.
Right, for sure. Dad says, look forward to seeing that prototype fly. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, man.
How do you think we should do the takeoff? We're sort of debating.
Yeah.
Should we do sort of like a runway takeoff with should we do a sort of a runway takeoff with like sort of wheels, landing gear, that kind of thing? Or should it be more like a catapult launch? You probably can't throw it really. I mean, you probably could, but
I could.
I don't know. I feel that you'd probably have to build up speed with this one.
Robert says, due to air means nothing when you have 4 motors. Exactly. You know, more power. That's what it's all about, for sure. Do they overlap a little bit? Oh, wow,
yes.
a little bit. You can kind of see a little bit there, but you know, that's just one of those things where we want to see what happens. What happens at high speed.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a silhouette there. You definitely have rail catapult.
Okay.
Okay. Can we use the rail catapult that we already got? It's more of a short range rail catapult.
Need something like steam or rocket engine just to get up.
Boost it again.
Got one heck of a kick, wasn't it?
You mean like we actually haven't tested that one yet. No, we should.
No, we built it on Livestream, right?
No landing gear. Go bungee launch. Yeah, okay. Oh, there you go.
Go all in.
Go big or go home, you reckon? Oh man, well, that's a terrible one.
Why did Robert put other stuff to it?
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the thing is about landing gear, isn't it? You know, you add weight and then you add.
I guess it does. The good thing about it is it does keep it different from, say, the coaxial plane. Right?
Yeah, which has a landing gear. Yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll have a think about how we'll attempt that. I guess you'd pull it from underneath, right? Like you would.
Just like about there. Yay.
Interesting. Okay. I'll put that away. Yeah, cool. Thanks.
No, thanks for the suggestions. Yeah, it should be cool. And what else is there? Oh, well, I guess
I'll start configuring it for the Eagle.
Start configuring for the Eagle. Okay.
Unless you got any extra questions.
Yeah, unless you guys got separate some more questions, that's all good. Flick them in. And yes, what did you guys get up to? It's always good to hear what people this week has been doing. It's kind of cool. And hopefully Robert's daughter, was it daughter? Is all good. This should be exciting. Very cool. Alright, what do we normally do? Can't remember. Do we move the camera forward?
Maybe put this guy over there.
Do we move this? Oh yeah, move this over there.
Man, he's large.
What does it say? Robert says this has pretty much the same body style as a Northern Pike wing. Can we bring that up on screen? Let's have a look. Alright.
What was it called?
Northern Pike, I think.
Okay. Sounds cool.
Sounds cool, yeah.
Okay, Northern Pike.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll bring it up on the screen so you guys can see what.
So it's a forward swept wing design. What are we doing, this one?
Yeah, okay. So this is what Robert's talking about, guys. So yes, I'd agree. Yeah, it's quite similar.
Forward swept wing kind of.
I mean, it's
design.
got a lot of the similar features, doesn't it? Of course, this one, it's got just a single propeller at the back. Pretty not the obvious, but yeah, that's pretty similar, isn't it?
It's got
stable wing at the back.
VTOL type style. Is those VTOLs got?
Have you ever seen one fly, Robert, or yourself, or anybody else for that matter?
There's one that's crashed over here. Oh no, no, we don't know.
We don't know that.
That's cool though.
It doesn't look like it has landing gear either, right?
I would say not. Oh, this person here's got the landing gear for it.
Okay.
Looks cool.
Yeah.
It's quite a small little plane for sure.
Cool.
3D printed.
There you go.
I like the mouth on it. Huh?
I'll put it up.
We're back. Oh yeah, back to normal.
That's quite cool. Thanks for sharing that through there, Robert.
Yeah, for sure. If you go further into Northern Pike, it comes up with the fish.
Does it?
Yeah. We don't have pikes in New Zealand, but we do have salmon.
Salmon.
And when I say salmon, I mean at the supermarket.
Alright, so we're just configuring the workshop
the
around.
A little bit, so you can see what's going on and going down. One of the old timers at the field has one in balsa. Nice. Yeah, nothing wrong with balsa wood for sure. We've made many planes with balsa wood for sure. And boats and different things.
Not on the channel so much, though.
No, we've already done that on the channel. Andy says, how are you balancing GPS smoothing versus PID and latency when switching from cinematic stabilization shots to full acro in a high wind? Not quite sure if that's
I feel that's something that someone's looked at on.
I feel like that somebody's looked that up online, but doesn't actually necessarily know what you're talking about. But anyway, these ones won't have GPS technically. It won't have a GPS on this particular design. The dropship he'll have GPS, and maybe the wing might have GPS. And the next part of your question is PID latency. Well, shouldn't be a problem. It's fine. Cinematic.
Mostly with this PID tuning and stuff like that, you just start with stock, and then you start effectively just doing one little movement and then another movement, depending on your eye or D change.
Yeah.
But you don't go like say 100% and then wonder why it doesn't play ball.
I feel that technically this question is technically to do with beta flight, but these systems will be running autopilot. This one won't even be.
That would be just
PWM.
So just
stock planes from the old school ways.
But yeah, you're talking about the PIDs and stuff. That would be it's certainly something that you've got to balance when you're doing the autopilot stuff.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Something.
Yeah, it's just one little, effectively, just one little hover, come down land, making a change.
And hopefully we're all good to go again, because you wouldn't want to come down and cook it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get into all that sort of thing in real time for sure. Okay, so we're going to switch cameras?
Yeah, sure. What's the next question? Hang on. For VTOL builds, how do you manage transition stability between hover and forward flight without getting oscillations or yaw drift? Is it drift, is it?
Your drift, yes.
No. Yes, so that's quite a technical question. But yes, same sort of deal really. You only do small movements, small adjustments. And you're talking about the oscillations. Well, that's certainly always a possibility when you're doing any of these, certainly the large aircraft.
So oscillations, yes, is even bigger.
Yeah.
I guess when you're really, really small quads. And
if it's super high power, it can be, yeah. Then you've got another problem because it's overpowered.
And you can't have it oscillating for very long. You'd have to bring that down pretty quick. Just take off land.
And you're talking about yaw. Well, that's something that we haven't actually determined how we're going to do the yaw for that one, are we? Like, are we going to do it with the actual? Because I know that someone suggested instead of having just to go into forward flight, we're talking about the VTOL, everyone.
The big one.
The big one.
PID.
A PhD, is it? PhD? PID?
You need a PhD to do the PID.
So one option of the four motors is you can just rotate all of them at one point in time.
Oh.
And then you just effectively have plane controls. So that's one option. And of course, like you're saying, there can be yaw drift and stuff like that. Yeah, it's always a possibility. The other option, of course, is what you do is you do individual rotations. So you do, and in that way, when you're controlling each motor in turn, that way you can yaw faster or more accurately.
That's what they say. So, well, I guess it will be an adventure.
I'll get to that hurdle when we get to it.
Yeah, it'll be an adventure. We haven't done a VTOL, well, especially at that size.
And you haven't done one in that configuration.
No. So it should be interesting. We'll be finding out together. That is technically the full answer. There you go. If that was the answer that
Time will tell.
How do eagle-shaped orthocopters handle store recovery and crosswind stability compared to conventional fixed-wing designs?
So an orthocopter, by the way, what he's talking about, these are pretty advanced questions here. So an orthocopter is like we were saying last time. Last time we were doing the Eagle build, it's the one that effectively flaps. Oh, interesting. Does it go? No.
But
okay.
yeah,
Harry actually had one.
So effectively it flaps like this.
So that's what an orthocopter is. This particular one that Harry's got in his hand is just something you can buy in the shop, and it has quite a cool feature where it effectively just sits on the rafters, and then it's got a cable and it rotates around. So it doesn't fly per se, but it does generate enough wind and air to rotate around.
So yeah, that's kind of like a mini orthocopter. in that way.
Yeah.
Orthocopters run on a gearbox. We haven't made a orthocopter. Maybe if you want to see more of that, maybe we could.
Yeah. Does anyone know how to where we can find a decent size orthocopter gearbox?
Yeah.
Because traditionally they're really small, like micro or what's the one called UMX? Is it? They're gonna UMX size. Yeah. Okay, so what are we gonna do with this guy? We're gonna
and then you compare that to a fixed wing design. It's technically, I guess, if you're talking about an RC world, it would be less efficient than a fixed wing.
Yeah.
From a mechanical point of view, because you're losing all that. There you go. So that's the full answer.
Well, because the other one, the fixed wing, you're just gliding, right?
Yeah, just like this guy. This goes. You'd class this as a fixed wing bird.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we need to do with this guy?
Wire
I'm
the
distracted
servers.
by so many other projects at the moment. I haven't even thought about this one. Well, I guess at some point we're going to put the servos in, right?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll get
Maybe get
soldering on.
soldering on. Do you need me to run the cable through?
Yeah.
Maybe I can power it from that one, eh?
Yeah, power it from that one. We'll bring that in.
Okay.
Put some water on this one.
Is there water over there?
Could be. Yes. No. Used to be.
Right. We have to go and get some, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, so just adjusting the shop so it can get some of the soldering done. All right. Hopefully everybody had a great week. All right, that's cool. All right, that cable's in. Yep. It's going. Yep, it's all good. It's got power to things, it's good. Alright, that's good. Did you get that water? Alright. So what do we need to do exactly? Have you got the servo thing?
Yeah, okay.
Are you going to do it in a wire harness?
Yeah, we could do it afterwards.
Hey?
We could do it afterwards.
What do you guys reckon? Should we do it as a wire harness, or should we just do them individual servos? So this particular one will only use 3 servos. We'll have one servo placement here, one placement here, and then another one placement there that will run for the elevator at the back. What do you guys reckon? Should we run the Arons as a wire harness, or should we just do it as individuals? There's no wrong answer to that one. All right, he's getting the servos now. Technically, I already tested them last time, Harry, when you were away.
Yeah, cool.
I think, aren't they here? Or did you put them back?
I got them right here. There you go.
Oh, okay. They're the same ones?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. All right, so at the moment we're planning on using the ES08MA2 EMAX. I think it's that camera there, there we go. That's what we're planning to use. We've got 3 of them.
What's the price of servos these days? Is it CG?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. What do you reckon?
I don't think they give them away, sadly.
No. They're not sponsored, if that's what you mean.
No, they weren't. So, I don't know.
It was last, when did we get these, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Sorry. I mean, I can probably figure it out on the computer,
But I guess it's different in New Zealand. Each country's different. Yeah.
nothing's free, nothing's cheap, right?
No, annoyingly. But yeah, it doesn't really answer the question. But it doesn't not answer the question, and that's a good thing.
What, you tried to answer it.
Try to answer
To the best of your ability, right?
Yeah, exactly. I guess we'll flip it upside down.
Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe
A
I'll use
box?
this.
Yeah.
Use box.
Yeah, one of those.
You gotta spin it like completely upside down so the servos are over this side?
Yeah, we'll flip it.
Okay.
And you're happy with these power cables, or did you want to use different cables? Well, it was that hard to get in, I think. Just leave it.
Push the roof. Push the roof.
Oh, turn it around so then you can work on it. Try to hit anything as we go around. Alright.
Right. Okay.
There we go. We're around the other way now.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Should be starting with everything.
I don't know, what do you
Do you have the opposite? You're just gonna solder it direct.
inside the box, am I missing?
Oh yeah.
And he says, when printing CF nylon with high flow hot ends, how are you compensating for anisotropic shrinkage and interlayer crystallization without inducing micro-violating during rapid cooling? Well, technically what you're talking about is we haven't used carbon fiber nylon for filament, but we have used PPA CF, which is technically, theoretically stronger than that. And if you're talking about
Shrinkage. What you do is you allow for shrinkage. Right?
So you'll have to put that into a dryer. What is it, like 80 degrees? That particular dryer.
And some of the prints you also have to anneal afterwards as well. I know that there's a crowd. Is it called Color Fab? I think the lightweight filament that's heat sensitive, but you got to do a annealing process afterwards. So you got to take it up to 100 degrees Celsius and then cool it down, like you would do if you're like quenching something.
Yeah, in the middle world.
But yes, basically the more complex the
Filament. And you wouldn't be using the standard like 3D printer.
Yeah. So Andy says, "Oh, why no CF?" No, it's just so technically the PPA CF it does have carbon fiber in it.
Oh, PPA, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
a different, stronger material.
We do have some PLA CF that we haven't actually used yet. I'm not sure. What should we build with that one? And we haven't done the nylon yet. You can't do everything. There's only so many hours in the day.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we doing with this one? Okay. So we got. Are you gonna do these? How are you gonna do these ones here?
What's this? One?
How are you gonna do these? Do you think these wires are a bit thick? That might be right.
I mean, they'll do the job for.
Okay.
Maybe a little overkill. I
Yeah,
guess.
probably.
But it's what we had at the time, right?
How will we know which way's the right or left or whatever?
Just pull it. That's what I always do.
Okay. Okay. Do you have some solder?
Sure.
Oh, go get
Just over there, will
And can you grab the heat shrink as well?
I can. Technically, the gauge of wire is that we've put in there was a lot bigger than necessary.
It's just what you had, right?
But it's what we had on Livestream last time, so waste not, want not, and all that. Probably should have used like a lighter one, but anyway.
They see what we're doing.
I think they can.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, it's upside down at the moment. And if you're just joining the live stream, we are working on the RC Eagle. It's coming along pretty good. There's been suggestions of maybe 75% to, what are we saying? 95% complete on this build. We've still got quite a bit to do for color and those sorts of things. But yes, we're making good progress. So hopefully you're enjoying it.
And that's right. At the moment, we're streaming on a couple platforms at the same time, and predominantly on YouTube. Right. So I thought I'd be what do you call it? What are you gonna do? Proper? What do you call it? With a plug?
Yeah, we
Or
don't
do you
normally
want
do it that way.
What do you want to?
You should build a ground effect plane. Oh yeah, like the Russians have with their giant one in the world. I can't remember the name of it.
Big one.
Some Russian word starts with E.
Yeah, they're cool.
What would it be looking like? It starts with an E.
Do you want to use that?
Huh?
Do you want to use that cup?
Do we need it?
No, I could just cut it straight off.
Well, have we got 2 of those?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just use them.
Okay.
Don't really need to.
Ready.
Ground effect.
Ground effect.
I think it's the largest with the Russian ones.
Yeah, I think they got the largest aircraft in the world, right?
A ground effect one, yeah.
Was it made in like around the Cold War? Yeah.
I think
I think
so.
so.
Let's see if I can search it. Hang on.
Yeah. So
Technically, it's not really a plane, really.
it's sort of.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, you want to bring it
Oh,
up?
that's not it. That's not the one I was thinking of.
The one in the middle, isn't it?
This one.
Yeah. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it starts a Europlane.
I'll bring it up so you guys can see what we're talking about. Okay. What are we doing?
It's pretty large. I think it's so large. If I'm might be incorrect, but I thought it was so large you could see it from space. This plane.
This is what we're talking about. This guy. So this is I think this is the one we had in mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a ground effect vehicle, or aircraft. So, but effectively, they mainly did it over the water, right? Because it's nice and flat.
Yeah. I don't think it.
And I don't know if you can do it when it's like really rough with the water either, like too choppy or anything like that. And it doesn't necessarily fly per se, but it sort of effectively sits on a pocket of air, right, just above the air,
Yeah.
just above the surface. So yeah, interesting. Cool aircraft.
Yeah, that's the word. Chronoplane, but I think it's yeah. But it's a Russian. Technically, is the right word of saying it.
Okay.
I'm probably saying it wrong, but yeah, you get the idea of what we're talking about.
Yep.
Alrighty.
All right, so gonna get this soldering done.
Right. That'd be good to have this one. The servo's in.
Yeah.
Can we bring that camera in closer? I've got it. Let's see if I can bring it in.
Oh yeah. Just get to put it there if you want. All good?
Yeah, I think so. I can see what you're doing.
Yeah, I think so. If you guys can see what I'm doing, tell me if I'm doing it wrong.
That's cool. Yeah, for sure. Yes, I think it's weird. Hard to know. Yes, we're working on this guy.
Okay, so we're gonna trim some of these wires. I'm gonna cut that one.
Another. I need it.
One.
Don't really need such big giant gauge wire, but oh well. What can you do, right? When you've already committed, you can't go back the other way. Cool tunes, cheers. Not sure which ones are playing at the moment. We can't hear them at our end. But when we made the playlist, I thought they were pretty cool. So shout out to all those artists out there that are on the playlist.
Cool.
And yeah, there you go.
Okay, that's 3 down.
What do you reckon? Are we going to go with any colouring scheme? Or we're just going to put black to black and work it out later in post. Have we got any heat shrink? Got a pair of side cutters?
See?
What do you guys do? Do you normally make your own wiring looms, or do you? Some people can get them stock. It's an idea.
What do you mean?
Can buy them stock. Like already pre-done.
Are we gonna make it a Y harness this one? Or?
Possibly. What do you reckon?
I don't know. It's for us. Guess you can also do it in tune.
Eh?
Yeah. Which one's that one? Which one's that on?
Facebook.
Okay, cool. So I think I'm all tin ready to go. So you can see, there we go. Nice.
We are making quite good headway with this.
Yeah, would you say we're at 75%? Would you agree?
75%. I was saying a bit more than
I was
that.
kind of hoping for like 90%.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I was hoping for. Alright. Okay, so I put the heat shrink on, and then you're all good with it, and you're in. Oh, she's doing the soldering at his end.
Trying to.
Trying to do the soldering at his end.
Why not? So, did we give that a pull? Or a wire or not? I guess it will.
Ready, man? Can you hold it?
Yeah, it makes it easier.
Alright, Robert said so. Robert says the spring up migration in New Zealand is going to be a great time. Made this in this one.
For the maiden, is what he's talking about.
Oh,
So
yeah,
with,
yes.
with all that animals and birds and stuff.
Yeah, it should be pretty cool. You see them sometimes, all the birds and stuff, out on the flats. Usually when
Yeah, about this time of the year.
about this time of the year, yeah, makes sense. The maiden with the birds. Trying to think of who else did that. What was it?
Anna Paquin.
Anna Paquin with who? She was New Zealand.
I can't remember what the film was. Fly Away Home.
Fly Away Home. Going back a bit. Wasn't our best favourite film, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But she was in New Zealand, that does count.
Counts for something, I guess.
Then she became an X-woman. Got magical powers.
I don't they say X-Man, you don't say X-woman.
Well, she is a woman.
Yeah, but it's just, that's implied.
She
Because,
was
yeah.
X-Man woman.
X-Man woman.
There you go. And a member of the X-Men.
Yeah. Yes.
Sweet. Alright, yep, I think
Like I
that's
said, just heat shrinking it up. Yeah, it'd be good to get some paint on this go, wouldn't it? To make it look,
yeah.
make it look
And we did go to the shop to see if we could find some paint.
And then they said no.
No, then they said, no, we don't have any.
So, yeah.
There you go.
You know,
Those shops for you. Maybe, I was trying to do the right thing, go to an actual shop. But
yeah. It
wasn't to be.
But the computer said no. So.
no, there wasn't a computer, it was a person. The person said no.
Yeah, well, we asked for black, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The color black, because of course.
Can't go wrong with black.
You always got to like, there's always a little bit of black in any
Paint
design, paint job. Nope, didn't have it.
Didn't have black, didn't have white, didn't have
It didn't
brown.
No, they didn't have brown either.
We only really
Basically, all the colours that make up a bald eagle, really.
yeah.
So, I'm sure it's going to solve that problem somehow.
Maybe it might not be, maybe a bit of bluebird, who knows.
A blue eagle.
Very rare.
Very rare eagle, that one. Okay, so that's, I don't normally do that, but yeah, we wired it in. So
Normally we just wire direct.
normally I just cut those cables and join it, but
It could be modern.
yeah, We had those cables lying around, so why not? Yeah. Yeah, what do you got over there?
Same thing, really. Can turn it around.
Turn it around, or can you move it diagonally over there?
I can turn it around and then it'll be fitting.
Like that.
Right.
You go.
Oh, yeah. So I can forward.
What's your
Something fell. Oh, yeah, I got it. We got it. We all good. Something fell on the ground. What was it? What'd you get?
pistol?
Oh, no. What? Dan says Bunnings spray paint. Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Might be a bit heavy. What do you think?
It's a
Spray
bit on the
paint?
heavier side.
Yeah, I was thinking airbrushing it.
Keep the weight down.
And then,
Not that there's anything wrong with bunny
but
spray.
what weight is that? We measured it on one last year.
Was it 1 point something?
I think
I think it was 1.6. Was it?
Yeah, and the suggested was 1.2, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But so it's a little bit over. It's a little bit of a heavy bird, and once we add the paint and all that, it'll be a little bit heavier in our electronics. But yeah, more power. Yes. Hopefully.
Have to be.
Have to be. Yes. Be a big bird.
Big bird.
Caw, caw, go, go. Yes. Flat faster, bird.
It would be quite cool to make it an orthocopter though.
It would be. It would be.
Or just an orthocopter in general.
If you want to carry on with the live stream, head over to our YouTube channel. Cheers.
Alright, so just turning out these wires as well. Yeah, but when we were talking about the word Bunnings, that's a crowd or company in New Zealand that is like a hardware store, basically.
Yeah. What would be over in the
Otherwise,
States?
Someone, would it be like Walmart over in the States maybe? Something like that. Just so you're on the same page about what we're talking about.
Kind of more of a modern day one. They didn't exist that long ago. Did they?
Maybe on your last couple of years, kind of.
Yeah. Before that was
Mighty 10 or something?
Mighty 10 or something. But yes, hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream, and as they say in the rodeos, make some noise. And the way to do that would be, I guess digitally would be what? A thumbs up or smiley face? Smiley face?
A smiley face.
Which is kind of a little bit different. But
Well, what did everybody think of the live stream last week with Jim Corliss? What do you guys think of that? It was pretty special to bring him on. Yeah, very cool, interesting character. What was your I guess what was your take on the interview?
yeah, for sure.
I guess the question would be, would you like us to do more, bring in some more experts if we can get them
Yeah, for sure.
on different, it doesn't have to be wingsuiting.
No, it's not. And yeah, and if you're tuning in, we're working on the RC Eagle 3D printed bird. Yeah, no, it's not our design on this one. It's not our design.
And later on in the stream, do we even know what we're doing for the episode next week? Can we give them a hint?
No, I think we'll just wing it.
I think we're still deciding what we're doing. So
Yeah.
I can't really give you a hint if we don't know.
No, we don't know. So we have a couple of options, and
I guess what would you like to see us do next week?
oh yeah, like a
Maybe we could accommodate that, maybe, or the week after we could,
yeah.
depending
Yeah,
on-
which project would you like us to work on next week? Let us know.
we might be able to accommodate it.
Might be idea.
We've got a couple ideas ourselves.
That's always good to get somebody else's input.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't do it this week, we could do the one in the next couple of weeks.
Exactly. And yeah, so we're just gonna put that one on, which is the other side.
Yep. sure.
Can you see what we're doing?
I think so. I think you guys can see. Yep. Yeah. One down.
One down.
One down.
We don't normally use servo connectors, do we?
No. Just sometimes they like
Disconnect.
disengage.
Haven't had that much luck with it. But you never know, we could get
lucky.
Could get lucky, couldn't we?
Yeah. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining in on the stream. And we're just working on this RC Eagle at the moment. And a little earlier in the stream, we were taking a look at the episode this week, which of course was the VTOL Dropship. And sort of predominantly the design was sort of quite inspired by the film Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. And there's also a little bit of the Transformers Last Night in there as well, because Michael Bay put it in when he had there's a scene where they're dropping in at a high altitude. I think it's on top of Cybertron, I think. And in the background when they're dropping in with the V-22s, they've also got a quad tilt rotors in the background.
V44.
The V44, yeah.
Which is what this was based on as well. Okay, so we sorted that out, and we're just going to start doing the heat shrinks. And what do you think? Do you think you do a Y connector? Up there. I'm looking that one.
We don't need any sort of weird mix or anything?
Not really.
No. Cool. I guess if it's just left, right, then you don't really need to.
No, exactly.
It's not like a weird mix where you do it with the tail or anything, or was that just done in post? Done in post? Yeah, on the transmitter. You don't need to mix it with these, yeah.
Sure, have your own attitude. You never get your own.
Cool. I think it's just a straight elevator from memory. Okay, so those are all soldered. Done for that one. All good? Okay, there's one less problem to worry about. So we have those all wired in, and now we need to, what? I guess you just attach them, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
And then we need to actually run the push rods into place.
Push rods into place. Yeah. And the push rods, we'll bring the camera closer a bit to run the flaps. That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Should be interesting.
Gonna add them in.
Yep, I think they actually got brackets in the design.
Brackets?
Yeah, some brackets there. No, in the filament. They come with the design. Not those ones. Not those ones. Oh, behind you, I think.
Yeah, these ones?
Yeah, I think it's these ones, yeah. Look, I'm not sure exactly which ones they are, but I think it's these ones.
What are they going to do?
I don't know.
I think this is what Harry's looking at. He's looking at these things. Actually, the 3D prints that came out.
If they're not going to do it, we'll just improvise something with a bit of glue or something. Thanks.
Alright. Oh, yeah.
But yes, hopefully you guys are all having a great week.
Yeah.
And this guy's coming together. Sweet.
All good?
I think so.
Nice. Okay, so that's what we've been
Just comes with the
looking at
kit.
this thing. There's one of the prints that came out. This is done in PETG, this one. So what's this for here?
I think they're brackets.
Brackets. Okay. Do you know which one goes where?
No, but it's just in the directions.
Okay.
Hopefully we got the right. Nice. Little fellas. Have you got the diagram behind you?
There you go.
What does it say in the directions?
It says.
We find that sometimes the directions aren't necessarily the perfect, just in general.
Yeah.
So then we start improvising to make our own. Usually it doesn't take that long before that happens.
Minutes even. You like?
Yeah, just says screws there, screws bolt in.
Which ones? Oh, just one of each. Okay, does it, I guess.
One of each.
Yeah, okay.
And we got a servo.
Yep. Servos might come with the screws, I guess.
Yeah, the servos might be, but I'd say it wouldn't have all of them.
No?
There you go, that's that. Alright, let's see if it can fit. So in a theoretical world, what does it do? It claims that that goes into there.
Alright. Okay, so apparently, according to the instructional manual, there's effectively like little, what do you call them, like little offset plugs in it?
That come with the mount.
Okay. Okay. So what, it's like an adapter plate or something, of some kind.
Sort of adaptive plate.
I'm gonna get a screwdriver because I think you're gonna need a little one.
I guess I'll just see if it's going to fit it all. If it does
Yeah.
fit,
Should do that.
should do it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't fit, we'll just make it fit. Sure. These are little baby screws here.
Here's some little mini screwdrivers have we got. Nice. Got this one.
It's on IG, you can change it to tick. I'm gonna bring it over so you guys can see a little bit more what I'm doing. Bring it closer. Can I bring it closer?
Okay.
So apparently it says, I need to go that way around. Robin says, board a sweet Stetson. Does it say it's a Stetson?
Nope. Doesn't say that.
Oh no, it does.
SR10 stagger wing.
Can we bring it up on the screen, would you? Sounds
What,
cool.
You mean this week or? Must be. SR10 stagger wing.
Can we bring that up on the screen?
I'll see if I can.
And I'll try and, while you do that, I'll try and bring this up.
It's Spartan stagger. Not familiar with that one.
No, I'm sure that, Brad.
Should I call it on this one? Thanks so much for joining in. You can head over and see all the action over on YouTube.
It's that 10. Sounds cool.
Nice. What was it called?
Let's get the spelling correct. STN, S-O-N, Stetson. S10. Yesterday, wow, pretty fresh then. ST,
E-N, yeah.
S-O-N, SR10.
S-T-E-N-O-N.
It's STN, S-O-N, Stetson. Stetson. And
SR10.
SR-10 stagger wing. Cool. If you get it, we can bring it up on the screen.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
See if it Googles. Does Google help? Come on, Google.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, I'm with you.
Does Google help?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you happy with Google?
Very fancy.
Or do you say goggle?
Google Goggle? Is this the guy we're talking about? I'm just going to change it over so you guys can see what we're talking about. Is this the guy there, Robert?
Is this the guy?
It's the guy.
It's the guy, you know.
Yeah, I think so.
We're thinking maybe.
I know you can certainly get it at full size, but... Was it a window?
Huh?
These guys make a plan of it.
Looks cool.
Looks great, eh? Nice and
Yeah.
colourful. How big is it? What sort of size wingspan are we
talking?
Is it? I'd imagine it would be like what, a solar film, balsa wood kit or plan?
Yes, this is the one, he says. And what colour was it? Is it a red one? Looks pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, it looks great. This is an interesting colour with the black.
And is it electric or are we going a gas kit?
Right, yeah.
Because it could be a gas one.
Yeah, it would look good. This park zone one here says 1.3 meters. Is it a park zone possibly?
No, but it might be Stenson. That might be in the company.
Yeah, but they're different ones. It's the 1.3.
Oh,
White with red. Oh, very cool.
very cool, dude.
I'm sure you'd be pretty happy with that.
Gotta be. I like that. That's cool.
Change a bit. Ah, thanks
1.3 meter. Wow.
Oh, thanks for sharing that through there.
Robert, it's a pretty cool one. I like it.
Yeah,
And white with red.
white with red. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
What sort of size motor are we? Is it an electric motor or
Gas
or
one.
gas one? It would sound quite good, I would imagine. What's the idea with this anyway?
What do you mean?
Oh, okay. You might have to drill it too.
What's that?
You might have to drill down into it.
Oh yeah, we have to.
I can get the other drill as well if it's not gonna.
Australia, fine.
Okay. Interesting. I have seen one of those at the field a little while ago, but I think it was a red one. I think it was just straight red. I think it was just there the one time though. Can't remember who owned it. Might have been a visitor, that's why I can't remember. Anyway, very cool. Good choice.
Yeah.
It's an electric one.
Electric.
It's
What
got
size kV we were?
114 kV. Interesting. Very cool.
Is it 100, 220? 260.
Yeah, that's the number.
Oh yeah.
2216. So 200 1400 kV. That's pretty good. What sort of prop size is it? It would probably be sort of like, I'm kind of guessing, but would it be around the sort of 10 inches, something like that? Could be around there. If it's a 1.3 meter wingspan.
Oh yeah. Makes sense. Is that online? The other one there?
No, I can do that. Thanks very much for joining in. You can head over and see the action over on our YouTube channel. We'll carry on over there.
And at the moment, I'm just trying to put this in. A little bit more tricky one. It's the bracket that holds it on the servo. Hopefully it fits. We don't know yet, but it will do. 4X, nice.
Yeah, that'd be alright.
That'd be alright. Have a bit of a kick with it.
Yeah. Is it kind of like a full design, or is it kind of like you got a like a plug and play thing, or you sort of gonna build it up or plan?
Oh, you mean like a full kit plan? Was it already pre-done, you mean?
Yeah. There's no wrong, you know.
No.
They can all be exciting in their own way.
Yeah, for sure. Cool thing about like a ready to fly one is it's already done. You don't have
It's
to.
an 8-inch on it for us, yeah.
8-inch.
8-inch
Sweet.
prop. That's pretty cool.
Ten times the charm. Let's try again.
Robert says it came with an extra wing and rudder, I think, and tail, and a lot of the plastic parts. Oh, okay, interesting. What? I'm just doing some stuff in the background. Yeah, rudder. Yeah, I got the idea. Yeah. Interesting.
Extra wing.
Not
That's
many,
pretty cool.
not many planes come with an extra wing.
No.
Hopefully that's not a foreshadow or anything.
Is that a warning?
Nah, it might be just the way it came, you know?
Yeah.
Make it last longer. That'd be quite cool.
Hmm.
What are we doing?
What about anybody else out there? If they started a new build out there, they could have.
Yeah.
It's always cool to hear what other people are up to.
Yeah. Well, what Robert said was pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, so that's theoretically that one. Did I get the arm the right way? We'll find out. We don't know. Or will be revealed. Little 3D printed bracket there. Supposedly I got it around the right way. Let's have a look. I think I got it right. Up is up. Yeah, I think so. Which way next? What does that do?
All right. Yeah. So if you're just joining the stream, we are working once again on the RC Eagle, and we are on YouTube, and of course, I think we're on TikTok at the moment as well. So thanks very much for tuning in. Of course, all the action we always say is on the YouTube channel because you get the sort of full experience. You can cut between angles and cameras and things like that. But yes, that's what we're working on. And what are we doing at the moment? We are installing the servos, and so far so good. Yeah, we're making some headway. When do you think you might have that one up and running there, Robert? You know, provided you got some time to tackle it.
Yeah, yeah.
You think it would be?
Do you think it'll be like a build like this one? Where
It's quite extensive, this build,
it
isn't it?
seems to be, yeah. This is not a. I wouldn't say this is a beginner point. Would you?
No.
Not really.
Does it fit in there? Have you tried?
Oh, I haven't tried that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna get to. Can you pass that little?
It might be a good idea to dry fit it first.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, you might not. You know. I know we rated it for those servos, but you know, there's a difference between.
Reality.
So we I don't know if we got all the servos. Like, there's those ones. So it needs 4 servos, by the way.
4 seater. I thought it was only 3.
No, you got 2 servos in, like, into the plastic, and then you got another 2 vertical down. So we actually,
Yeah. Yes, it should be.
we've only got 2, so we're going to need to get some more.
Oh, we'll find them somewhere.
It's
ready.
Oh, it's ready. Oh, okay.
Cool.
And you've done all the ready control mixing and everything like that.
Ready, steady.
Well, I guess if it's ready, it's ready, right?
Mm.
So would this weekend be the maiden flight day? That'd be exciting.
Something to look forward to. Another thing to look forward to.
One of the things that we always want to do is we always want to put a like a camera on it so you can catch the footage, even if you like just flying line of sight.
Oh, you were just in general.
Yeah, just in general. But it's always tricky. It's always tricky to do it. Oh, send us some photos tomorrow. Awesome. Yeah, well, very best of luck. It's very exciting. Maiden flights are always.
That's where it's at, really.
do you fly at a local park there, Robert, or are you sort of more of a you just sort of do a bit of both? Like we sort of fly at a local park, and then we also when we're doing like live streams and things like that, or testing, and then we're also part of a flying club as well.
Oh yes.
There's no like you can't you know. Of course you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, there's no wrong.
There's no wrong answer.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, it's already got an FPV in it. Oh, very fancy.
Okay, does that fit with you?
Not really.
Is it?
No, not really.
It does fit.
I can't see from my own. Oh, they're just oddly crooked on purpose.
Oddly crooked on purpose. So there you go.
Why wouldn't it be?
Maybe we can bring that camera in. I can bring this camera in. Just hold this.
It says I own 6. What is that? I own 6. Ah, yeah. He's got lots of acreage, so he doesn't need to. He owns his own runway.
Oh, even better.
Even better.
Okay, maybe I can do it. I can just hold this.
How do you do? You have like a particular runway strip that you've acquired or made up? Show us. What do we do?
I'm just holding that thing so you can see it.
Yeah. See that there. There you go. That's what we're looking at. Yeah. So it sort of sits like that. Right? I'll try and get
the angle.
Weirdly out of the way.
Yeah. Interesting.
Odd.
Interesting.
Okay. Cool, I guess. Yeah, did you make your own runway? Or because that'd be always something cool to do, like like quite a cool project, right?
Make your own one.
Yeah. Or make it like super smooth, so like you don't have any. You know what I mean?
You can mow it yourself.
Well, no. So then that way, well, not because you want to mow it yourself, but because then you can, like you can make the super smooth. Like if you got like a jets tend to take like a lot of super smooth and stuff.
Well, some about it, isn't it?
It'd be quite cool.
Have you got all the little screws you did?
That's it. There's one there.
There's one?
Yeah. But
Okay.
we need another one.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find another one.
I'm sure you would. I'll just make a hole while he does that. And the shear will be right attitude, that'll do it. Just drill into this wing. Got it? Did a job for a guy who had an industrial landscape. He had an industrial landscape that was 28 feet by 200 feet long. And that's what I use for my runway.
Oh,
look at
there
that.
you go.
But you can't complain with that, can you? Big enough. Very lucky. Because when we go and fly, we go to the aerodrome. And yes, we have an exemption so you can fly at the aerodrome with other planes taking off. It's not like you just go there. Don't mind me. I'm just a little RC plane taking off. Toss. International. That one's off to Invercargill or that sort of thing. Did you find one we did?
Yeah, I got heaps.
Okay, so maybe save this one in case we need it for these other surveys.
I think it'll be fine. Oh, did you get it out of another packet?
No, I just left it in. But we might not have had them on the other packets.
Okay. Got a few here. Should be right.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep that one on.
Yeah, you keep them on.
You're all good.
It's shooting in.
I'm also a member of 3 clubs.
Oh, there you go.
Most of them come over here to fly.
Represent. Can we be a member of Robert's Club?
Is it called? What do you have? Do you have a club name?
Yeah.
Called the
Maybe it's
Robert's Awesome Club.
Yeah, talk about it.
Robert's Awesome Runway Club. It might be that.
Could be.
Did you already drill these?
I drilled them.
You've done both of them.
I did both of them.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
But so far on this build, we're just going to put in the left servo. The left servo is where it's at. But I want to do the right hand, so we'll be doing that shortly. So stick around for that. Coming up in, I don't know, so many minutes from now. Time.
When we do it.
When do we do it? Yeah. It's a bit more loosey-goosey than any preset time, but you know.
Super long live, huh?
Cheers.
Cheers. What's the longest live stream we've ever done?
I don't know.
I think one time we did like
I turned the camera so I'd be in frame, and then I've turned it the whole way. Hang on, that's not that.
I think we did it. I think we did one was like 3 hours or something, which is kind of like the length of like a Peter Jackson film.
So there you go. One of we're trying to compete with Peter Jackson. It's Sir Peter Jackson now.
Is it Sir Pete?
Sir Pete. So that's what the name's on the street.
Yeah, that'll work. Do you take it off and put the alarm in, or we'll just leave it like that? No?
For now, I can live there.
Okay.
Here. Okay, so that is one servo in. We'll be taking it out in a second.
Seems a bit
It's kind of
counterintuitive.
Yeah, kind of. But anyway, that's the world that we live in.
Okay, it's called the Stengram. I can't quite read it, but I think it's the Stengram Ranch. Very cool.
Nice.
Did you name it yourself, or was it just what it was always called?
Yeah.
Not.
Oh, you mean like since the dawn of time kind of thing? Oh, yeah, like the.
Like, you know, like I think there's a Canadian show called Heartland. It's just called Heartland.
That's
Yeah, it's cool because they got the banner. Do you have one of those banners over the front door? That'd be cool.
As you drive in.
Or did you make the banner?
Yeah, you could have welded it or made it out of 3D printing. Might not be still there.
That'd be pretty cool. Or even just like, you know, like a whole lot of raw iron or something.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that.
Nearly made one for someone, and then
They decided otherwise.
they decided
So
they
we
wouldn't
never
put
did
one up. It's like, oh, what?
Oh, okay, yep. The wife named it. Very cool. Well, great choice.
Very cool.
I'm trying to think of another good ranch name. I don't know. We'll just go with that one. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. When in doubt.
I guess most of we don't really call them ranches over here. We just call them like farms. But I think ranch sounds cool. Like it sounds more official. Right?
Sounds like, oh, here we go.
Something's happening.
Something's happening. Whereas you just say, oh, yeah, I'm off to blah, blah, blah's farm. Not as exciting.
No.
Yeah.
It's like a packaging thing, right?
Well, it's the cowboy way, isn't it?
Over the gate, yeah. Okay, so you do have a sign. Very cool.
All right.
It'd have to be quite high because if you had like big machinery going there, like tractors and stuff.
Or like if you've got cattle and those sorts of things. Boom! Oh, mate! Come on,
wrecked
mate!
my fence. You wrecked my perfect sign. I spent ages making that.
Which one?
I don't know. What are you doing?
Servo? Is it this one?
Yep.
Just get another one out of the box.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we are making some headway. We've got one servo temporary in there.
So apparently they did that calculation correct on the servo mounting. So that's good.
That's good.
We didn't have to adapt that because it's always a bit annoying where we have to work it on the fly. But you know, we got past that step with a breeze.
Robert says most places here are named, a farm named. Yeah. Okay, they all got names. That's cool.
Really?
Very, very official. Very cool. It's curved to 17 feet at the top. Yeah, it's got to have some altitude, right? Otherwise, the truck or transport machinery or something just smacks straight.
Mate, what do you reckon? Let's put that up.
Yeah, that's quite high, eh? 17 feet. Very cool.
What do you reckon? Is it that way? Is the arrow? Is that way? Oh,
The slope one's at the front.
Yeah, but not that. The other one. It's at the top, isn't it?
Right on. Can't really tell, to be honest.
No, it'll do. When in doubt, put it in the first time. Then if it's not right, put it in again, and then complain, and then say it was Richard's idea. And then,
just blame it on me.
And then do it again.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
It's a good motto, really, isn't it?
Might just blame it on the other guy.
Yes.
Yes, but we have to thank everybody for tuning in on the live streams because, of course, it takes time and effort to attend to all these things. So
Oh, it does. Absolutely. So we do appreciate it. We are making headway with this RC Eagle. People might be thinking out there like,
oh, they're never going to finish.
they're never going to finish. Well, it's the same with maybe some of our projects. Oh, you're never going to finish that, mate.
He's never going to fly.
But that's not true. We always fly it. We always do, that's for sure. And
I guess it just takes,
Just
some of them take a bit longer than others.
yeah, but I guess that, what do they say about?
It's worth the wait.
Yeah.
I like to think so.
I like to think so.
Robert says combined it's 15 feet high, so it gives me a bit of wiggle room. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some of the machinery and stuff.
That we used to draw.
That we used to work with and stuff. Yeah, you're getting up there.
Yeah, sometimes I'd go through the gate and
Bang.
No, well, no, and actually, no, I didn't do that. But
stop.
maybe the owner might have done that. Maybe.
Because
we can't say names.
because
Because it was, but we didn't own it, so
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Do you
so,
think maybe that you possibly may have stopped before you hit it?
Yeah, I did definitely, but other people when they were driving the machinery may have
They did.
whacked into it. May have. And maybe I was sent to go and fix it afterwards. Who knows? That could have happened.
It's possible.
But nobody would know. You can
Yeah.
keep a secret.
Yeah. That's okay.
That's okay, these things happen.
Also, it's quite hard to stop when you're using, like, say, a massive tractor or something.
Like a dual axle thingy mabobsies.
You don't really want to back up when you go like that.
No, really.
Yeah.
Especially when you got the trailers on and pretty much you just go forward.
Yeah, you only really want to go forward. Right? Nobody really, at the end of the day, wants to go backwards.
Well, even truck drivers don't really like going backwards when it's like, especially when it's a tight spot. Although they are quite amazing, some of those ones when they maneuver in like houses and things like that. That's quite in tight little spots. But sometimes they get it wrong. So
And they'll lose their health.
no, I was going to say that they take out the car. It forgot to move. Well, they might lose the car. Okay.
Some of the green bins are the only thing you have to turn down. Oh yeah, grain. Yeah,
Grain bins,
Yeah. Yeah, one of the places that we work, what they did is they just, I think we just cut the fence. Believe it or not.
Yeah,
I think I remember we did that once. Yeah, we just cut the fence. They just went all the loading machinery and stuff that couldn't fit through the normal gate or anything, just drove straight through where the fence was, and then we had to repair it afterwards.
Boom.
No. We cut it ahead of time.
Yeah, we made it. Yeah. Put another.
But it's not like you want to do that.
No.
Because they're going to put another gate in.
Can you put that back on the end of that, please? And we're just using, for people out there, we're just using some sort of electric drill. Well, it's an electric screwdriver, but we modded it and put an electric adapter on it. Drill.
Yeah. He ended up making more gates. He's had to do that too, yeah. He ended up making like a lot more gates. Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal, but you...
Oh yeah, I just need 2 new ones for that. Oh, where have you got them from last time? Oh, there's one. One there, yeah.
Yeah, you always end up doing that.
Yeah, the worst one is pegging down gates for the animals, and they don't like it.
Yeah, well, it depends on how you're farming.
Sure.
I think
I don't
the
think
characters that we were farming with, they use electric fences.
Oh yeah.
But not everybody does, right, in the world.
No. Other people don't.
That's
It's not the only way. Have you got another one? Here's one.
Nope, don't want to use that one.
You want to use that one?
Yep.
Okay, so we're making headway. I've got one more servo in.
So I think in terms of flight time, like time to actually fly,
What do you mean?
I think Robert's going to beat us on that one.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, because his one's already made.
Oh. Mate.
Really beating us.
The bird. Come on, bird.
Come on.
Okay.
Have you ever tried one of those the gates with that I've always wanted to see was it's like a I'm not sure what it's called, I'm not sure the specific word, but it's designed for horse riders, and it sort of has a latch at the top. So as a rider, you can get the horse to go up. You've got to train the horse to do it, and you get him to go beside the fence or gate, and then you can tap the latch and it'll rotate out. Then you pull it and go around the other side, and that way you don't have to get off the horse. Have you ever, or do you have one of those? That'd be cool.
Or made your own.
Yeah, we'll make your own. Robert says the ultimate worst thing about gates has been the passenger and having to open and close them. Yeah. And they're feeling well.
Okay, so technically there's another one in.
Okay. Did you want to plug them in? Okay. And then we label them on the other side.
Yeah.
And then we could actually, yeah. We'll get in.
Yay.
Okay. Let's take off it.
Yeah. Clicking the buttons required for
Different
apparatuses. But yes, we're going so good. So we've got 2 servos in on the wings. I think what we need to do, we go.
So it ended up using those little 3D prints in there.
Yeah, they did work.
Okay, so there you go.
So that's
we didn't have to mod them.
We didn't have to mod them.
Okay, so the next step on those would be to plug them into obviously their channels, pull the cable through, and then at some point link up the linkages, right?
Yep.
We might have to do some modification. I can tell straight away that we need to do some.
What else to do? It's fine.
Do some kind of
Mod it.
Mod it. We could also add the servo internal body.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you want to do that, or did you want to put? Oh no, we could do that. We could do that. Let's just change it.
Or we could carry on plug them together.
No, it's minor. Anybody can do that.
Minor.
Yeah, we could put the middle strap run through, and then we'll come back maybe to the wings.
A bit of dynamics going on there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can plug that in if you want.
Oh yeah, okay.
Maybe.
I'll go vertical with this one. Maybe rotate him around. That's what it looks like from the front, guys. I'll just rotate this fella around, and then we can start putting the servo in the main body structure. That should be good to have that in. Okay, so the middle body structure used another 3D print. If I can find it, it's kind of a. It uses a different body structure, and it uses one of these, I think. Which one? Which one did I print out? Oh, they're exactly the same. Nope, just one of them, eh? Any particular? No? Okay. So there you go, that's a piece that was printed out a while ago. Robert Hughes, divide and conquer. Yeah, absolutely. There you go, it's a little 3D print. And another servo, and that particularly goes in there, right there. Hang on, you're good?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Can they see from there? Yes, you can. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So right down the bottom of that structure is a spot.
Take this off. You lower it down. Oh, that's right. You don't need that for that particular part.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Filament Roll.
Filament roll.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to try and put this in then.
Okay.
What do you
The
reckon?
piece? Oh, not this one.
No, I think it's this one.
Okay. There's like 3 different options. Yep.
Yeah, I think
it seems to be behaving itself. You guys can hear us all okay? See us? Everything's going okay?
Hopefully. And maybe I'll grab another servo. This little boxy place here.
Alright. Nice. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for joining in on the stream nonetheless. And at the moment we are joining in the third servo into this RC Eagle. So far so good.
If you've got any technical questions, leave them to the end. That's fine. You can add them if you want.
Yeah, if you've got any questions about your builds or whatever,
Yeah, sure.
or you like to share
Yeah.
what you're doing, we can look it up on the what they call it, the Google box.
The Google box, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Robert said it's perfect, so it's good, loud and clear. It's good.
Nice.
What sort of aircraft? You mentioned that quite a lot of clubs and that kind of thing come to your particular ranch to fly. What would be your favourite that you saw somebody bring along to one of these events?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, what would be your favourite there, Robert? Or just, I can open up for everyone. What's the coolest aircraft? Or yeah, it doesn't have to be necessarily an RC one, but what's the coolest aircraft that you've ever seen? It could be full-size.
Other than our design. Other than our designs, planes. Or it could be your plane. You know, everybody's got their own favourite one, right? Yeah, because then technically everybody's biased. Because you're going to favour your own one.
It sounds like you just sort of opening it up to just sort of general questions then.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the coolest aircraft that you've seen?
Was it RC or?
No, just in general.
Okay, just general. Okay.
Have you had a full one? I'm asking too many questions here. Have you ever had a full size aircraft land at your place there, Robert? That could be cool. It was just the cable moving.
Oh, that's alright. So wonder what this was.
What you doing there?
I was trying to get one of these little fellas out.
Okay.
And we'll need.
I was trying to think of someone that landed nearby us.
Oh yeah.
In the town, probably the only one that we ever saw was a helicopter that landed. Other than
Traditional,
you know,
emergency.
Other than the emergency helicopters that obviously you don't want to see. Just randomly.
Because then you know somebody's injured.
Because you know someone's injured.
So that's not so good.
But we did have a private helicopter land a couple of meters from us once, just like in like a random car park.
Yeah, there you go.
I think they picked someone up. What did Robert say? My all-time favorite, he says, are biplanes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Pretty much every plane you could think of at my place.
Nice.
Okay, and his neighbour takes off lands all the time. Awesome. And my other neighbour has paraglided into his front yard.
Cool. Paragliding is cool.
It's really cool.
Paramotored or was paraglided? Because if it was paraglided, then you'd suggest that there might be like a hill or mountain somewhere to jump off.
Well, it might have come off an altitude to an ounce and come into it.
That's true. Okay, you can't.
You can run thermal up if you're good enough.
That's true.
How did he take off originally? Because and say in Mount Maunganui, there's basically, obviously it's a mountain.
That's the place where we parachuted, tested the
Mark II wingsuit. So when that was the location that we threw the guy to test the parachute just after we made it. They paraglide off the top of that.
But not that.
Okay, it's power. Okay, all right. So
motor.
Paramotor.
That's pretty cool. Looks fun.
Yeah.
Do you need a license to do that in New Zealand? Probably.
Yeah, like an ultralight.
Or paralight?
It's too flat around here to take off from any hill. Yeah, fair enough. And then there's some people like say parasailing, which is the one where you sort of get a tow line. You could probably do that off the back of your car.
If you're risky.
If you're risking it enough.
Okay, so there you go. It's hidden. It's a thing. No need to drill it.
Hey? Can we get the camera in there?
Might be able to. Let's have a look. We need to mount it properly.
Oh yeah. I can hold the camera light if you need it. We'll give you a little idea of what we're looking at down here. There you go. Like I said, you can see here, this is the PETG part that Harry was just attaching. and then we've got to add the 4 bolts in each corner to make it attach.
Yep. Is it the right way around, Richard?
There's a right way?
Well, I don't know.
Nah, it's just right.
Right when we say it's right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thereabouts. With a she'll be right attitude, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. At least it gives you an idea of what we're doing. But hard to bring the camera in permanently on that location. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Good morning from London, England. Oh, cheers. Thanks for tuning in.
Awesome.
And good
day.
Good evening from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah, evening. Well, it's about 4:48 in New Zealand times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
yeah,
4:48. Yeah, afternoon.
Afternoon.
But yeah, thanks very much for joining in nonetheless.
I guess if you're having an early dinner, you can have an early dinner at 5 o'clock, can you?
Yeah, and currently we're streaming on TikTok and YouTube at the same time.
Oh yes. But everybody says YouTube's where it's at. That's the poll.
That's the word.
Ongoing poll.
It's an ongoing poll. Robert says he's talking about the location for the paragliding, I guess. It's kind of an awkward place to put it, especially with your battery in there, unless there's a tray. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a weird place, isn't it?
What's this?
I guess he's talking about this guy.
Oh, right here. Yeah.
Where would the battery go?
Yeah. I think it goes.
I'm assuming you're talking about the build, right? Yeah, you're right. It's a bizarre place. And Robert says it's 10:49 p.m. where he is. Thanks very much for joining in, everybody.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is kind of a bit odd, isn't it? But anyway, that's what they say. So I guess we mount it. And
Where does the battery go?
I think it's supposed to go on the headish.
What?
Like there's,
What?
I think there's like a mount. You put the
Wait.
battery. I think there's
Wait.
supposed to be like a
Mount
plate,
up there.
plate here. You put it in the head.
You put the whole battery in the head.
That's what I heard. I think I read that
That's
somewhere.
the word on the street.
But great question. But then it wouldn't be able to be a very big battery. But the 3S LiPo isn't really big, is it?
No.
Oh no, there it is in the picture. Oh,
You got your
What?
hand over it.
no, the lighting's going.
Harry's looking at the instructional manual.
I'm cheating.
He's got the cheat sheets.
Cheat sheets. What?
So
Hang on.
the battery's on the far side.
Hey?
On the far side, they got the battery, right? Or was it the front? The battery at the front?
Top
You
of
reckon?
the head. Top of the head. So this is the head of the bird. Oh, the head's up here,
So the battery's right on the nose.
right on the head.
Okay.
See?
Can't be a very big battery.
No, he's using a 2S 950, so he wouldn't be too big, would it?
No. Tiny.
It's got a little shelf on there, but we don't have a shelf because we modded ours. So we'll just have to put something in, like a bit of cardboard or something. But great question. There you go.
I didn't even realize that.
We're finding the stuff out as we go.
Because also we're gonna have to remember we're gonna attach that propeller in his nose.
Oh yeah, we haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I guess you attach the servo, so that could be something we do next. Any ideas how we would approach that problem?
No. Cool. Okay. A screw, Richard, please.
I've only got these ones. Got one left. Do you have another one in that hand?
I got one here, one there.
Oh, you want to? We can use it. Yeah, I guess that's for the whole one.
No, that's what they.
Seems awfully small. Yes, I concur with that.
Yeah.
Didn't realize it was so small.
Yeah, it
It's
did.
microscopic.
What else does it say about batteries?
Well, you don't always listen to what's in the
No,
instruction
exactly.
here.
So we always change our thing, don't we?
You don't always do what you've been told.
Yes, of course. That
Within reason.
Within reason, you know. If you're supposed to, you're always supposed to look left and right when you go across the road. So that's always something you should do. It says
People don't.
No. But they should, especially like pedestrian crossings. I've noticed lately. People are getting lazy. People out there, you know, when you're walking across a pedestrian crossing. It says for this particular one, 2S or 3S LiPo 1000 to 2.2 milliamps capacity. is what it suggests. There you go. Any luck?
No, I think you got to re-drill those holes.
Yay! I only did one.
Well,
What was wrong with it?
it's in the wrong place. That way, if you put it there, then he's in the air. There's only one spot.
There you go. We're getting there.
Are we?
Is there? What does it say? Is there room for a tray and bigger banner? Yes, there's room. There is room. We could go bigger.
There's a lot of space back here. I mean, there's miles of room.
Yes.
Isn't there? Like that whole thing there is empty.
There's plenty of room there.
He's
But
just-
you could also put a tray there and put the battery on top, couldn't you? You could put a tray on top and just mount it on top of that sucker.
Oh yeah, in here,
Over
like
the top
above
of
the servo.
Above the servo.
Or you put it beside the servo. I know because it's rotating. You'd have to put it above it. Interesting. Well, I guess you could put some pins really like that and put a tray on top.
Well, yeah, just like something. Like a piece of plastic.
Possibly.
But yes, we are hard at work on this RC Eagle. And before you know it, it'll be in the air. Do you think it'll be in the air on this live stream, Richard?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
What happened to it? I'm positive.
I am. I'm
power-
positive that
How
I won't be.
positive thinking.
I'm positive that it won't be. What are you gonna do with this?
What's that?
Well,
Just drill it in and put it in. Where you go?
Ow. You got too much height on that. See? So it can be flush on the ground. The underneath the servo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That'll be right.
You can put it there, but then it doesn't fix
You
it.
just get longer screws.
See?
Longer screws for one side.
Then follow.
A great idea with the pins, yeah. There you go, Richard.
I just freeballing that.
Freeballing that idea.
I just made that up. I'm a genius.
Self-imposed genius. Positive and pessimistic. Yeah, there you go.
I'm positive.
What do you call that?
I'm positive.
And not
I'm
at all
I'm positive that it's not going to be done. It's empathy.
positive power thinking.
Oh, well, I guess that is a. You know, you are being positive.
Yeah. And you should be negative. There's plenty of
Exactly.
people negative in the world.
Exactly.
Always be positive.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to put that first one in, and then we can wing it from there.
Oh, okay. You're just going to do you're going to just attach it like that with a gap
Where about?
to the back. See, there's a gap.
Minor.
Okay.
You do it.
Okay.
No, I drilled the hole, unless you want to drill another hole.
No, you might need a washer as well. I was thinking a spacer possibly.
We'll find out.
Oh,
Dropped it.
no,
Okay.
I did not.
But yes, we are working on this 3D printed bird. How long is the wingspan, Richard?
2 meters.
2 meters-ish? Or was it 2 meters straight?
2 meters-ish.
Yeah, 2 meters-ish wingspan, so it's quite large.
Okay, that worked. Did you do the other side?
No, just one.
What?
Drill the next one I did. But yes, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. And before you know it,
What?
I was going to say we'll have this servos in. How are we going to mount that motor?
One problem at a time.
Okay.
We're gonna figure all that out.
I did suggest that using a plate to hold that in, but after putting the plate in, it just fell off. So yeah, we'll come up with our own decision on that. What do we normally use for the? What do we use on that one?
Carbon fiber on that one.
We use carbon fiber on that one. So
Harry's looking at another aircraft in the background there.
tiger moth sitting on the roof. Before you know it, it'll be part 18. Part 18.
I think 'cause
Just
is
about
it-
to fly.
I think this is part 12, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been making it for 12 episodes. There you go. So we appreciate you all tuning in to see these.
Some series, you know, that are like on
Unexpected.
TV, on TV that they don't actually stream that long.
You mean like a normal TV series show?
Yeah.
Like, there's what generally speaking, what is it? 20-part episode?
No, it's like 12.
Is it gone down? The old days they used to make them up to like 22, 24, something like that. Now I guess nobody wants to work, I suppose, so they just cut back down to 12. I don't know. Not sure the reason. Maybe there's a budget issue. Who knows? There you go. But we are getting there, guys.
We're problem solving. We're solving problems.
So at the moment we're installing the servo that will control the flap.
Do you have another one?
At the back. How many do you want?
One of these. I can use this one.
Yeah, I got another one. Yep, got another one.
Sweet.
And that is the one that will control the flap for elevator. In a way, it's slightly different to, completely different to the way we've set up our wingsuit in the flap. Oh, I guess in a way.
Not really.
I guess.
Why? Yeah. Ish. What? I mean, it's a plane.
Yeah, I guess it's a plane. Yeah. You don't get the one-on-one banter with TV. No, that's true. It's, you don't get that fourth wall interaction. Like, oh, that's my best TV show.
Oh no, I broke it.
Oh, and then he goes, and then as the plot develops, you actually change the plot. So yeah, I guess you don't really get that. Did you get that with Goosebumps books? No, not really. It's just something happened, and then the person usually died within 2 pages. Wasn't my favorite series, but it was popular
At the time.
At the time, it was just a thing.
But
Like,
you can, and in the story on that particular one, you could die like the character.
The character.
It's not real, by the way.
No, no.
It's a book.
Yeah.
Series. Your character could like die in like 2 pages, and that'd be the end of the book.
And also, you don't get heckling from the viewers. That is true. That is true. It's one of those. This is live, so you can't really cut away, can you? You can just. What can you do if you get too much heckling?
A big deep breath and just sigh a lot.
Yeah. But generally speaking, yeah, we can't say thank you enough. For the people out there watching the streams, you're all been good.
Yeah, or the people in the future that watch these ones.
Yeah, for the future.
Because we also know watching all the different what do you call it, analytics coming back.
Oh yeah. There's a little bit.
There's always someone that misses these live streams.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, thanks very much for
to
you guys for joining in the future.
Yeah, that's true. And
because everybody's at different time zones and
oh yeah.
You might be doing something on a Friday or whatever.
Yeah, a friend of a friend of a friend. That's a great way of putting it. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Okay, so that's going to be attached. That's in there. Done. Finished. Scene.
Okay, so when we put the control horn heads on them, we can do that so then we know that that's there. We don't have to.
What do you mean?
We can put the control horn heads in.
Control horns.
Yeah, not the control horns, the servo heads.
You're gonna, oh, okay, sure.
That way
okay.
we don't lose them.
Okay, cool. Fire away.
And then maybe start looking at the motor. I was trying to delay it. So that we didn't, yeah.
Because apparently there's the battery issue as well now.
Ah,
What?
Didn't know. Okay, there's one. Show the camera so they know what we're looking at.
Okay, so yeah. Hope you can see that. Can you guys see that? There's a little control horn.
This is not control horn. It's a servo head.
It's controlling the control horn.
Controlling the control horn.
Yeah. It's control.
Yeah.
Alright.
Whoa. There you go.
We're good?
Yep. Just wondered what that was.
Buttons.
Don't know what that is.
Okay, so that one's in. Hopefully you guys can see.
Don't know what that is.
Can you see it? My hand's in the way.
Viewers may notice.
There you go. Hopefully you can see it. Whoa. There's cables coming out everywhere at the moment.
There you go. It's electrified bird. This one. This is like the Tesla of birds.
In
Can we
what
say
way?
that? It's electric.
Paint and pending.
Yeah, can we say that? We can't. Can we use that? Oh, I guess we could.
I don't think Elon would mind.
Being promoted there, yeah. But yeah, the electrified bird. Caca.
How's your eagle going there, Robert? Are you still enjoying this?
Yeah. Have you taken it up? You want to fly it?
Gonna call it a night? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
take
sure.
Take
care. Thanks so much. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll put And lots of room for a tray, yeah. Yeah, so have a great time with your, was it SR10? Yeah, SR10 and family, your family, perhaps? Yeah, fingers crossed, everything goes well. Yeah, for sure. And have a great night. Sure. I think what we'll do is we'll put these in. Maybe flip them upside down. Yeah, okay. And then that way we know it's together. And then, guess what we could do is what do you want to do next? Do you want to put the servo head ends on these? That would be quite good. We've probably got some to cut off, see? Oh, a little bit, just a little, just a hair. Just trim off the top. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Okay, so flip it upside down. Are you going to put the push rods in? Yeah, do you want to put that in now? Would you put it in and you know it's in? Yeah, but then you have to take it out again. Why? You got control to just clip on. Oh, okay. There might be an issue when you... Okay, grab that behind you. All right, flip it upside down. Got him? Nope, you've got him. I got him. Oh, maybe turn around the other way. It's quite big. Whoa! There's a wing. Don't want to break them. They're quite delicate, aren't they? 3D printed balloons. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you want to see more, head over to our YouTube channel. Oh, okay, hang on. Said wait for 5 minutes, so we'll carry on. Don't know what that means. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? That's what it said. Can wait 5 minutes. Don't know what that does. Okay. Okay, so we'll put that on. On here? Look at possibly. Why not? Where's the actual push rod gonna go? Let's do that hole. We'll make that out later. Another day. Another day? Another day? Another day. I was just putting them on so then we didn't lose them. Ah. Okay, so you just joined us. We are working on the steering configuration. So at the moment we're working on the, what is that? The left-hand iron. Just effectively dry fitting the servo. That's what we're doing. So everything's 3D printed. So we're effectively finding out in real time whether everything's going to come together correctly. Or we need to do a modification. So far, so good. We've done quite an extensive modification to the wings and stuff like that. Currently, it's got how many rods? 2 rods, is it? Or 4? How many dowling rods in it? Oh, is it 1 or 2? 2, I think. I think it might be 2. Yeah. Your side. Okay. Wasn't too bad, I guess. Wasn't too bad. Right? And early in the stream, we were working on. We're doing some soldering, and we were also having a look at the episode this week, which was the dropship, and we also were looking at the week before, which was the FPV Prototype Wing that were designed. Both of those are our designs. But not this one. This is not our design. Nope. Can't make everything. Even if one would like to. That's right. Okay. I guess you could say it's not necessarily our design, but this particular one, but you could say it's been heavily modified already. Oh yes. What we could do next is we could put the servo ends in it. We could put the servo ends. Servo ends? Yeah. What do you mean? The plugs at the other end of this. Pull it back through. Do you want to plug them in and pull it through? Because you could figure out which is the positive and which is... Yeah, we could do that. So far. Yep, we never do that, but hey, we could do... Okay, it's done. So, all right. Okay, so we'll pull this loom through a bit and then chop it off and then put a new one in. Do you know which is which? No, we can work that out now. Exactly. There you go. Which one is it? There you go. Super. Maybe grab the pencil and the Oh, you can put this on it? Yeah, and the pencil, yeah. And to label the
And the maybe masking tape.
Do you want to put on masking tape? Yeah.
Yeah, so remember you could join in on the chat. Or if you don't want to do that, you can add a thumbs up. It's pretty easy.
Oh, yes. Okay. So positive should be all good. If you pull on the positive ones, does it go in? Yep, so in.
Positive,
So we don't need to worry about that one. Next one.
Okay, this one?
That one there?
Yeah, what's that?
Well, if I pull it. Yep, that one.
Okay, that's the negative.
That is the negative.
All right, so just doing some labeling, because of course we want the wiring to be correct.
Negative. If I'm positive, it's negative. And signal, can you pull that one? Yep, it's negative. And
Okay, that.
yep, next one.
Good.
Yep, it's good. Of course, the other option is what we could do is we could take a bit of that out. Oh, I don't know.
You might have to when you're doing this to
Fitting it properly. Alright, so we're making headway, guys. I'll bring it back up that way a bit, Richard. Pull it on the signal one.
signal.
Yeah.
This one.
Okay, go.
Can that fit in there?
Into that little slot there.
Yeah.
Okay. But I can modify it. Got the little side cutters.
Yeah, I got them.
That'll do it. Wait it out.
Cut it out.
Is there anything wrong with doing this? Doing it this?
What do you mean?
It doesn't look aesthetically as good. How about it works? So then that's not so bad.
Yeah, that's right. Huh.
If it works, we're halfway there. Okay, pull it back in. Are we going to pull the whole thing in? Red one, please. Pull on the red one. Yep. Yeah, you can technically pull them all together there. Hang on, just leave it to there. And probably just we'll stuff that into there. So that we're not probably enough.
Where you gonna put it?
I was just going to push this into the wing.
Okay.
Well, you want it so you can get it back again, right?
You could have it so it's just sitting inside this little cavity and you can just.
There you go. If that's the case, I need another side cutters.
I don't know. What do you think? Can it just stay here? Or
I should be able to just go there. Be able to make it just sit there.
why is that gonna?
Yeah, but this wire can go back inside there.
All right. Sounds good. You can. I've got a bit of 3M if you want. Oh,
We don't need that just yet.
don't
'cause
need
we
to
don't
do
take
it.
it.
Sounds good. Okay, so there's a bit of. You can tell there's a bit of excess that we're gonna need to. That's a bit of weight reduction right there.
Yep, we can get rid of it now if you want. And put the end on. Get ready for the end.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's a lot better.
Yeah. Nice.
And a weight reduction, so that's good. How long do you want to make it?
What we'll do is we'll put it in, and then what we'll do is we'll roll the plane over,
Okay.
and then that way we know for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll do the same with that side.
Yeah. If you've just joined us on the live stream, we are currently working on the RC Eagle, and specifically at the moment we're working out the wiring looms to make sure that this
It's going to work.
is doing what it should be doing.
But yes, thanks for tuning in. We are hard at work on this guy. Signal positive and negative. You're good?
Maybe tape or something? Hold
Yeah,
that in.
grabs insulation tape, yeah, for sure.
So you are.
A little bit jittery, is it?
Nah, it's fine. It's a plug.
But yes. That'd be quite good to get these servos. Maybe that's what we do for the stream. Get it so the servos are in. And then on the next part of the stream, we'll the next stream we'll do the next one.
See how we get on. Good idea.
There you go.
All good?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
Would actually be quite cool if you actually had the push rod on the end.
Yeah. Okay. Which one? So negative is negative.
Yeah, negative, negative.
That's the negative one.
Yeah.
You might have to cut away a bit of this.
Mhm.
If need be.
Oh.
Alright, next one.
Yeah.
Alright, this one. What's that? Positive.
Yep.
Positive. So we're making headway with this one.
Yep.
Right. Okay, next one. And the last one should be signal.
It is.
Okay. No yes for him. Alrighty. Now we can start pulling it in now.
I'll just move from that a little bit.
Right. So run away on you.
Oh, there you go. Get over that way. Disappear into the obscurity. So that should be the positive one here, just so you can. That positive.
So,
Oh, you can pull it your way. Yep. And there should be a negative or signal.
a signal.
Yep. Yeah. And then your negative. Obviously.
And negative.
Yep. It's all good.
Okay, so now I'll pull them together. You good? You happy with it?
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, you can pull that through like that. Yeah, there you go. It's all good.
Okay. So feed that in. All good?
Yeah, yes.
It's fine to consider.
Yes.
We're gonna get it back out anyway.
Yeah.
Just feeding that wire through. You good? You happy with it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
flip it over. So we've got two servos in with the servo heads on them. And we've got we've got all three servos in. So I'll flip it around and then we can attach the servos on that side.
Bit of excess, eh?
A little bit of an excess. That's all right.
Maybe you're right. Maybe we just do the last of this wiring and then call it a day. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Because we was, we'll do another live stream later on or something.
Yeah. So I was actually planning to do a flying one this stream, but it started raining, so you can't really do anything.
Yeah. I'll just check to see everything's working correctly. Hang on a second.
Working right? Oh, yeah. But yeah, it'll be quite good to get this done. Just move them back up a bit.
Oh yeah.
So we know. Guaranteed. Alright. So saying that, you're welcome to head over to our YouTube channel and carry on with the stream. Alright.
Yep. If you got any questions about our builds or anything like that, or what you're working on, remember you're more than welcome to add a comment, and
We might be able to answer them.
if you've got a suggestion of what you'd like us to build in the future, feel free to drop in a what do you call it, a hint? I don't know. Is it right? Hint? Comment? That's right, isn't it?
What's that?
All good.
Yeah, just beeped. Something.
Ping pong. Okay, so at the moment, I think we're going to be maybe ending up the stream shortly. And what we'll do is we'll just. Are we going to wire this as a wire harness, Harry? Because we don't technically have to. No? Because you can just wire it in two separate ones. It's up to you what you want to do.
What do you want to do? What are you thinking?
Yeah. I've got this little guy, and I think there's another one over there too. If you want to use that, I can do them as two separate ones. What would you like? Yeah, I've got another one here.
Hey?
What would you like? What would you like? Would you like them as two separate PWMs or one feedback?
Well, there's no real role on that one, is there?
No. What would you like?
What do you think? What are you leaning with?
I don't know. Now's the time.
Well, they're both facing the opposite directions, aren't they?
Yeah. And they don't go together, do they? They don't go up or anything, do they? Or is there a mix of that? Do you have the instructions? Maybe we can consult them. That's right. Looks like they do. See, elevator and lifting at the same time. See?
Okay. So then we can't do wire harness.
No.
Okay.
There's a 20% expo on them.
Okay, so then there you go. That's the answer.
Because see, down is all together. So it means that they don't.
So then we have to have them individual.
Okay. They don't normally do that.
Yeah, there's no reason why you couldn't.
But that's okay. We
can improvise. What do you reckon? That long enough? You think?
yeah.
Not there?
Yeah.
It's going to be overboard.
Yeah, sure. I think that's overboard.
It's a little
Bit excessive.
A little bit.
Just a tad.
Not there? What do you reckon? Should I chop it there? What do you reckon?
Good. Yeah. Somewhere. Good. Yep. Yep. What do you guys reckon? You say?
Can't go back.
Yeah, so if you're just joining the stream, we are busy working on the RC Eagle, and we've started the wiring phase with this particular guy. So yeah, she's all going. So it's good to see. Maybe like that. What do you reckon? Cut it there. Yep. And that's what's happening at the moment. And
we're making progress. We're making progress.
Interesting design, this one.
Very interesting.
It's got, what would you say, not for the faint-hearted per se?
Not really.
Or
no.
not for the speed builder anyway.
No.
Yeah.
But we have been making progress with it.
You wouldn't see it on the speed builders.
No.
best choice 2026, would you?
No, but it
Fastest models to make.
No, it wouldn't be the fastest model to make, but definitely an interesting one. So it's going to be cool to see it in the air. Still quite a bit to do. We're going to add the rod, the control horns, connect up the electronics.
I think what we'll do on this stream is we'll end up quite soon. We'll just
wire those
on. Maybe grab some heat shrink.
That's a good idea.
And that way we just had a look at the design. It seems that interesting. It uses a mix for the elevators and ailerons. So it uses an elevator, say it's lifting, for example. Also the outside ailerons lift as well, which is it's quite unique. So that could be an interesting mix to dive into when we get into that phase. So that will mean that we can't do it as a wire harness. We'll have to do it as a individual PWM.
Not wrong.
Just different. I guess technically you could just do it straight, but just ignore that. But I guess it wouldn't be giving the aircraft as much lift as it could be if they're all surfaces are raising up. Maybe there was
Maybe they might have had a reason.
An issue, like it wasn't generating enough lift just with one elevator at the back. Also, the other thing we've got to do is we've also got to add that rudder stabilizer. We haven't done yet.
But we haven't worked on the back part yet.
No. But we have to tackle it at some point, otherwise we won't get it done.
It's true. Oh, cool to see it in the other.
Yeah, well, cool that.
1, 2, 3. Alright.
We also have to make a special note to Hobby Wing, supplying us with the filaments for this. So all the rainbow. Hobby Wing, yeah. So Hobby Wing did the ESCs and motor for this guy, and KiwiFil helped out with a filament. So yeah, special note to those guys. Thanks very much for being part of the channel.
Very cool.
There's a tin.
Okay. Alright, here we go. Thanks.
Your side first, and then
you attack those fellas on and
tack them on, and then we'll call the stream there. What do you reckon?
yeah, it's good.
Another CG says it right. I'm going to bed. Oh, fair enough. Later. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks very much for joining in, dude.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Maybe a bit more on that one.
Yeah. And thanks very much for watching. It's very kind.
Yeah, very cool.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you can do it, and I'll.
Put those into that side.
Alright.
you say?
I know what it was.
Okay, so we're just about to tin these last ones.
Yep.
Oh, it's good to have the surveys in there.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, you can tin these. Have you done them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Because I got to do them again. They're not quite right.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So I'd say this is the positive. Put that one on.
Righto.
What's easiest for you?
Yeah, it's fine. You can go.
What's easiest?
Probably the hardest version, but yeah, it's cool. I can work with it. Yeah, it's one next to
Okay, it's
do.
positive. Okay, what's next? What's that say?
Signal.
Signal. So we roll. Signal will be white and black. Signal and negative. Okay. All right, so if I check it correctly, we've got signal is white, red is black, red is positive, and negative is negative.
Yep. I'll heat shrink them on, and then you can do your side, and then we'll
Call it a day.
call it a day. But we are getting it done.
We are making some headway.
Maybe Robert was right when he said 19. If
Yeah.
I guess it's not like we're doing it in a other than on the live stream, right? So you're just literally carrying on.
Oh, you mean like you're doing a bit in the extra?
Yeah.
that time?
It just takes time to make these.
It does, and hopefully you're enjoying our company.
Yeah. This is a bit like what I was saying.
What's that?
Well, you don't really get that with if it was like a TV series.
No, so
You wouldn't care.
the main character doesn't talk to you.
In real time.
No, so
Are we the main character yet?
well, for a TV series.
I guess so. I guess if it was a TV series, it would be. Oh, what are you doing over there? Come back.
Okay, you want to hold that up, please?
Yep. Yeah, so we thought we'd just finish this one up. Finish up this last little bit of soldering, and then we'll call this live stream a day. Which one are you doing?
Don't know, whatever you want.
What is this one? It's negative. Negative. Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Mm-hmm.
One down.
One down. So it's the negative, and then we'll go with a positive. Yep.
Yep. Ready?
Positive. We got the signal. Signal. Yep.
Yep. We're happy with that.
Okay, so signal and signal.
I think we did pretty good.
Positive. And negative is negative.
Okay. Can you turn that temperature down a bit?
Yeah, sure. And that'll be
Good to go.
yeah, all great.
Guess what you could do is you could start moving the cameras.
You're using it.
Oh, I got one over there. I think we did pretty good for this strategy. Made quite a lot of effort. Quite a lot of progress.
Quite a lot done, yeah. It's all right.
Got the servos in.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, it's off.
Okay, so yeah, we got wire over here now, and we have wire to the servo down the bottom.
We're using a 1.5, were you?
What's that?
This one? 1.5?
Yep, 1.5.
Nice.
Okay, we'll flick the camera over so we can see you. There you go. We'll move that camera back into position. Maybe I'll turn this guy around so you can see what we achieved on this live stream. There you go.
Move these out of the way.
Move them out of the way. You grab that cardboard box.
Move it out of the way? Sure.
There you go. So that's what you look like, guys. People out there maybe can't see it. There you go. Coming together.
Yeah. What is that?
Come together quite nicely, I'd say. All right.
Okay.
What are you getting on?
Yeah, just try to get these cables out of the way, otherwise I trip over them when I move them.
That's a good idea. Right, yes. So things we're going to do next is we're going to do work on this tail flap. Yeah, hook it up. Hook up the servo rods, control horns to these guys as well. And on this side, and what else do we need to do? We need to do the main motor mount. Yeah, so we're getting there for the electronic side. We have to do receiver, we have to bind that and all that sort of thing. And motor
mixing?
mount. What's that? Oh, mixing, those sorts of things. And weathering. And the CG. This is very important. All good? Happy with it? Okay, we'll change over to the screen and we'll do our traditional sign out.
Okay, is it lined up?
Don't know yet, we'll find out. But I think we made pretty good progress.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, guys. A little bit to the left.
To this way.
Yeah. Down a little bit. Yeah. And to the right a little bit. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay. We'll do our sign out. So, yes, thanks.
We good? We're all on the right swing?
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so there you go. That was the 12th. It's hard to even imagine that. That's how long it is. But of course, we're not doing anything in the background on this one. There's entirely what you see is what it would be like if you were building it at home. But of course, we're breaking it up over so many weeks. So the live stream.
Yes, I guess technically you don't have a whole army of people behind you that go and secretly do it and then bring it back home when you're on screen. That's right.
You're like Martha Stewart when she does it with the baking.
That's right. It's not like open the drawer. Oh, the cake's all done.
That's right. So yeah, in terms of the I guess it's the same thing with all the episodes and what you see on our channel. there's only 2 people doing it, so it's just me and Harry. There's no other extra team members. So all the stuff, so all the builds, all the flight video, all the data, and then of course all the editing, testing, making, designing, CAD work, all us. There's nobody else.
Yeah, there you go. So we appreciate you all tuning in to these live streams and to our episodes. Couldn't do it without you. If you haven't done it already, make sure you give the old thumbs up. Subscribe
if you haven't already done it already,
Yeah.
and tell your friends, and that'd be great.
Yeah, if they like this sort of thing, let them know.
Yeah, we've just make a special note to Hobby Wing. Yep, there's a special note to them for, of course, the and for the ESCs and motors,
power system,
and also KiwiFil.
Yeah, couldn't do it without you guys.
Very much for the filaments and stuff that help this channel keep running free to you to watch.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Yeah, so even though it does actually say subscribe, it is actually free, which is kind of odd because I think the world is kind of like when it was magazines, you got a subscription to a magazine, but you had to pay for that. Where on YouTube it's a bit different like that.
It really should just be called follow.
It really should. It's
because
like I thought that too when we originally started. We're like, oh, I'm not sure about subscribing because it's, could be like that, but it's not.
Free.
It's free. There you go. So saying that, Harry.
And I'm Richard. Thanks so much for everyone for tuning in.
Yes.
And we'll see each other next week. Remember to go back and check out the episode that was, of course, the VTOL Dropship series that we had a look at and dove into on this one. Remember to go and check that out. Leave some comments. And even if you just write something like, hey, watch you on the live stream, you're great.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, there you go. I like a sign or something.
Yeah.
Well, we'll know it's you. There you go.
Just some way of knowing it was you.
There you go.
Yeah, because everyone's got an avatar these days. Right.
It's all about avatar. I haven't seen the latest movie, but maybe one day we will.
Or not. Who knows?
I don't know. It might come on TV. We might see it then. Who knows? But anyway, thanks so much, and we'll sign out. And 3, 2, 1, go! HR Racing, HR Racing, HR Racing. Yeah.
See you guys. See ya next week.
Jacob joined the stream. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. We're just signing out, but you're welcome to head back and scrub back through.
Yeah, scrub back through, yeah.
We appreciate you tuning in. Thanks.